creating this reaction video today as a way to show you fraud. Not just any kind of fraud. I'm talking about real estate fraud.
How does a thief steal your house?
Now, let me just say this. There's a reason why he's a thief, and the answer is yes. A thief could steal your house.
That might sound ridiculous, but
It
crooks
does.
are using a sophisticated deed fraud scheme that makes it possible.
8 on your side, consumer investigator Shannon Bacon has a warning tonight for all homeowners.
If you've ever bought a house, you know it's a lengthy process filled with lots of paperwork and agencies that double check everything. So you may be surprised at how easy it is for a thief to steal your house without ever showing their face.
Now, that's a big misconception. Yeah, there's a lot of agencies involved in the process, attorneys and title company, and all that stuff is involved in the process. But a lot of mistakes happen during that process, y'all. So don't get it twisted that mistakes don't happen and it's a rare thing when something occurs.
To be the dining room and taking these sliding doors out and make it in the French door.
It took John Witt Jenkins a long time to get this home. He bought the land in Dunedin in 1998 for just $15,000. Then, in 2003, he started building the 2-story house, brick by brick, taking him 3 years.
I built this house for under $100,000.
So think about this. It took this guy almost 5 years to finish this project from the time he purchased it to the time it was finished. And somebody, because of deed fraud, come along and do this.
You know, the sweat equity that I put into this.
Like a lot of us, from time to time, he checks the value of his investment. When he checked Zillow in 2019, he couldn't believe what he saw.
Now, somebody that knows about Zillow, first of all, don't use Zillow as the where-all for-all in regards to value. In this guy's case, it was a lifesaver, but we all know that a lot of Zillow numbers are wrong.
I'm like, why is Zillow saying my house is recently sold? And for $160,000, the market value is like, $350 at the time.
Now, first thing he wanted to make sure he got out there that the value was $350. But can you imagine you checking the value of your property and finding out that somebody else's name is on the deed, that you are no longer the owner of your house, that you put sweat equity in, built with your bare hands, and now somebody else is on deed as the owner of the property? What will you do?
And stuff. So I'm panicking.
That panic turned to fear when he went to the county property appraiser's office and discovered this deed had been filed with his forged signature, showing he sold the house.
And I said, let's look at some camera footage when this person tried to record this deed. And it was like it was done online. I'm like, you just allow anybody just to send documents and you just go with it with any type of authenticity, any type of, verification?
Yes, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a number of states around the country that all you have to do is submit the paperwork online, get it notarized, and your property can be deeded over by way of quitclaim in somebody else's name, and you no longer will be the owner of that property. Now, there's a process you have to go through to correct that, but yes, it is really that easy in a number of states.
Like that, yeah, that's just what we do.
So you learned that day that just filing that document is all someone needs to do to take your house.
That's it.
The deed looks legit, but according to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, it's fake. And the notary stamp that made this official, you guessed it, it's fake too.
They just gave him my house on probably 2 hours worth of work of electronically transmitting those documents.
Wow, and your house that you built.
With my hands. For 3 years, nights and weekends is when I worked on this house.
It took Jenkins 2 months to get his house back.
Now, he did get the house back, but can you imagine the stress, the problems that you're thinking that could arise from this situation of somebody actually fraudulently filing paperwork claiming to be the owner of your property? This is not the worst of it. So I can understand there are bad apples about real estate investors doing stuff to homeowners, but this is going to have a little twist because the law right now in Maryland is out to stop investors because they say investors are taking advantage of homeowners. Keep on watching.
4 years later, Plant City real estate broker Michael Bogstead was arrested and charged with scheme to defraud. Pinellas County detectives allege he stole at least 6 houses, including Jenkins's house. Bogstead detectives say created fraudulent deeds and fictitious mortgage documents and then transferred ownership to various entities so he could either take out a mortgage or sell to an unsuspecting buyer. Bogstead pleaded not guilty, and his attorney tells me he has no comment.
Did you hear that? Boxdale is a real estate broker. He's a broker. He's not an investor. And they want to stop investors because investors are stealing people's houses. So the message I really want to say is that the real estate commission didn't catch this broker who stole this house. It was charges filed by attorney general, are the same charges that can be filed against real estate investors who, if they did something like that. So is there additional laws needed? No. You just need to reinforce or enforce the laws that are already out there. Now, as I mentioned, I want to give you an update on House Bill 301, the law to stop us from wholesaling properties in Maryland unless you're a licensed agent. So far, we are really tightening up the screws and putting pressure so that this bill does not pass. Now, it's not by any way, shape, form done or squashed, but it's looking more in our favor that it may be in a position where it's not going to happen this year. It may not come to vote. Now, please, that does not mean out of the neck of the woods. It doesn't mean that whatsoever, because we still have to continue to look at our rights. We still have to protect our ability to be in this free enterprise system. We still have to keep an eye on what's happening legislation-wise in regards to our industry, because we are under attack. We have to come with some kind of way in which we can keep Big Brother from trying to stop us from doing everything that we have the right to do. And that is to help homeowners as real estate professionals. This is Charles Blair, the Mad Scientist, signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.